Guys, RW here. Going to give you guys some advice about selling on eBay. A lot of times around this time of year, people think about buying sale items, reselling them on eBay, toys, other things that may go well at Christmas. And that's what my wife's doing, and I'm helping her out with some listings. And I was going to give you some information that'll help you make good choices when you're out there prowling for deals to resell on eBay. Okay. So here we have a tote of 13 items. And these are some toys that would probably make any kid happy under the tree, right? We got Beyblade stuff, we got a little action figures, Transformer figures, got a little Gravedigger car, some Matchbox stuff. Pretty cool stuff, really. So let's take a close look at what you need to know before you even bought this stuff. Okay, you've got to factor in a few things. You've got to factor in 10% loss to eBay and PayPal fees. 10%. That's off your shipping as well. Okay, so when you're trying to figure in that 10%, it's not 10% of what you sold it for. It's 10% off of the total auction price. So let's say it ended up going for 20 bucks. You're going to lose $2. It's just that simple. That's off of the shipping, that's off of the whole deal. So you've got to be able to think ahead and know what things cost to ship. So when you're buying things, you've got to factor in not just the cost of the item, not just all the time you're going to spend, obviously a lot of time, but the size and weight of the object and how much it may cost to ship that object. If you don't have that knowledge, do a little research, get it together before you go out to the store, or you'll end up buying things that may cost more to ship than they sell for. And at that point, you've got a losing proposition. It's very unlikely, unless your item is highly collectible or very hot and people can't find it in the store, that they're going to bother to pay more for shipping than they will for the item. Okay? So, obviously, you're going to have to factor in your own time, your own gas, all your legwork, and then all the time it takes to list it. So what we got to do when we got a box like this? Okay, let's say you only had 13 things you wanted to list on eBay. First thing I would do is I would make sure I would have a little sticky note that has a number on each item. And then when you take photographs, you can have that little number off to the side where you can crop it out later, okay, so that you know which one it is. And then you can number that picture 001, okay. So you take a picture of something, then you go into your photo editing software and you crop it out and everything, and then you save it as 0001. Now you've got a picture you can easily upload to eBay. What kind of picture do you want to take? Okay, well, I recommend anything that has plastic like this, anything that's glossy. You don't want to use a flash unless you can use indirect flash. If you have a really nice setup with flash units to either side and a little white box and you can put everything in there, sure, flash away. But if you have your camera set up where you're going to get glare, nobody's going to be able to see the inside of this box. And worse, they're going to see all the scratches on that plastic. Can you see all the scratches on the plastic? It looks horrible, doesn't it? It looks very shop worn. Okay. So you've got the condition of your packaging to think about. Okay. Right. This is from removing a sticker, not using Goo Gone, just peeling it off with your nail. Tears it away. Okay. Tears it away. You don't want to leave evidence that this was a sale item. You can't have the sticker on it. You got to get your Goo Gone. You got to carefully remove it so you do not damage the package. You want to look for packaging that isn't terribly shop worn, unless it's so dirt cheap it doesn't matter. Okay, because people do consider packaging condition. If this were to be a part of a Matchbox collection for a Matchbox collector who wanted the Arctic Crew, you know, thing, he would want a pristine unopened package for his collection, right? He wouldn't buy this one. Okay, another thing about this, just to take a look, keep looking at this one. Okay, let's say we had to list one. So we take a picture, we crop it, we've got it ready for eBay. Okay, we've got a spreadsheet, hopefully, or at least a piece of paper that has 001 by it or 0001 by it, and then it'll have the dimensions, height, weight, length. So everything you buy, you got to measure it. You've got to weigh it. And hopefully, so you don't do this more than once, you write it down or put it in a spreadsheet. You're going to want the UPC, which in this case is illegible. Okay, so you're going to have to do the research to find the UPC on this. So that's part of your spreadsheet information. Okay, so you've got your purchase cost, you've got height, weight, length, you've got the weight, you've got which number it is, you've got a photograph of it. Okay, and at this point, you are ready to list. Okay, so then you list it, and you have to factor in how much money do you want to make. You know you're going to lose money due to the shipping. This thing is a pound, and it's too big to go in a flat rate priority mail envelope. So we're talking about finding a box for this, or just wrapping it in bubble wrap, or putting it in a giant envelope with the fear of it being totally crushed and destroyed before it even gets there. Okay, and so you got to factor in your packaging. Okay, you get something big like this that you know you can't really, you could ship this in an envelope. I mean, you could take the chance, put this in a big old padded envelope, which costs $1. Okay, then you could ship this off, but guess what? It's too heavy to go cheap. It's got to go priority. So now somebody's got to pay $5 to $10, depending on how far away they are from you, to get this baby, even if it's just in a regular old envelope being sent priority. It could be sent parcel post. Very few people are probably going to go for that, but they might if they're buying well ahead of time and they don't mind how long things take. So you should have multiple options for shipping in your listings on eBay. You should offer parcel post and priority so that they can have that option. And if it's light enough, definitely go with first class every time. It's only got to be $2.55 or $3 or something like that. People love cheap shipping. If you can safely ship it first class in some sort of an envelope, or even just packaged so it weighs less than 13 ounces, you are winning. Okay? This baby is probably going to be a tough sell because it's not, probably, in my opinion, not a collectible, not a hot selling, desirable item. That's probably why it was on sale in the first place. And now you've got to try and match Walmart pricing after shipping. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But it might still sell. Who knows? Definitely take care when you're removing your stickers to use Goo Gone. Don't just peel them off. Don't make package damage if you can help it. Take good photographs that show the condition of the package and the interior. And if there's anything that doesn't show, mention it in the listing. You don't have to have a negative listing, but you could say new in box, package, very slightly shop worn, something like that. So somebody that is a collector doesn't buy it and return it, because you want to avoid returns at all costs, and you want to avoid negative feedback at all costs. People will not buy from vendors with negative feedback that's lowered their rating from 100%. Once it gets down below 90, something like that, why would you buy from somebody? If you had an option behind buying from somebody that had a 99.7% and a person that had an 80%, which one would you go for, right? So people do a lot of comparison shopping, so you should know ahead of time whether or not you're going to make money off of this thing before you buy it. Okay, and so that means you have to have done a little bit of research in your market beforehand. Go on Amazon, go on eBay, see what things like this are selling for. So you may have to make 2 trips to your Mecca where you get your cheap goods. The first one might be to see what they've got, and the second one might be, after you've done some research, to get the things you know will sell and not get the things that might be a problem to sell. Okay? So just another quick look at a few things in here real fast. This is, again, too heavy and too big. Okay? Unless this is something somebody wants to buy as a collectible, is willing to pay top dollar for it because they can't find one, I would have stayed away from this no matter how cool this looks. Its packaging is extremely shop worn. It wouldn't be good for a collector. It's just going to be good as a toy for a kid. And so now you got to factor in, once you've gotten that $5 to $10 priority mail shipping, and then you've lost 10%. Okay, so you're going to lose maybe $1 or 50 cents on shipping, and then $1 or so on your listing. Now, how much profit can you hope to make out of this? And how much work was it? And how much did it tie your own money up? And all that good stuff. Okay, maybe a little too big, no matter how cool it is, unless it's in perfect condition. Okay, these look like they would be something that is light enough to go first class. Now, unfortunately, I just have a big spring scale right now, We're going to be getting an electronic scale once I get going on these listings. But this appears to be 14 ounces. Now, if this were 12 ounces and I knew I could put it in an envelope and it would be less than 13 ounces, these are winners. At $2.55 shipping plus the cost of an envelope for $1, so you're talking $3.50. Okay, really, is what you'd have to charge for shipping to get your shipping and handling back. Somebody would probably pay $3.50 to have that shipped. I know I would. No big deal. What's $3.50? No big deal. I couldn't find it at the store. My kid wanted the red one. Here's the red one. Okay, I'm going to get the red one for him. $3.50. So something like this, if it's light enough to go first class, would be a real winner. Now, if I was looking for the red one and then I saw that shipping on this was $5, I still might go for it. And this will fit in a flat rate envelope, which is awesome. It'll fit in a flat rate priority padded envelope. So if you're not too worried about the packaging getting crushed, you can just pop it right in an envelope, ship it out to them, and everybody wins. Okay. So this is like what I consider a better buy, regardless of what it costs or how much you may make, just in terms of shipping costs, than those two guys. And then you get down to the smaller stuff like this. Something like this is about 4 ounces. You can put this in something like that, a small envelope. Okay, you don't have to worry about the packaging getting crushed or anything, and you can ship this baby out for maybe $3 total cost of shipping. But the only problem is that what if this thing only is worth $3? Okay, so now you've got a $6 total sale. You're going to lose 60 cents off of that. Okay, and let's say you paid $1.50 for it. So now you've lost 60 cents out of your $1.50. So you're only making 90 cents if you sell this thing for double what you paid. Let's say these go for $3 and you paid $1.50. You better hope this thing goes for more like $5 or $6, you know, because who wants to do all that for 90 cents? I mean, you have to photograph it, you have to catalog it, you have to measure it, you have to weigh it. You have to enter the UPC, you have to create the listing, you have to upload the photograph, you have to pack it, you have to mail it, you know, print out a label, use up your paper and ink, use up your gas, use up your time, and you make how much? It really depends. You know, if these things go for good money on eBay, if these go for $10 and you got it for $1.50, you're winning. You know. That's what I mean. It's really about knowing before you buy, what's this going for on eBay? So you see, oh wow, Transformers Beast Hunters, these look like they'd be great toys. And then you go on eBay and you see them going for $3 each. You can say, no, that's okay, I'll skip that. But if you see them going on eBay for $10 each, you'd be like, well, that's definitely worth it, man. I'm getting a deal here, man. I could easily make some money with this. Right? Hope that helped, guys. I'm just trying to give you some pointers, some tips. You want to know what things are moving. You want to do your research. You want to know what's important to people out there, and that would be condition of the package and your seller rating and how fast they can get it and how cheap they can get it. So you're going to want to have things that you can ship cheaply if possible, and if you can't, you know, you better have things that are going to make you enough money to offset that 10% that eBay PayPal will take out of your shipping money. Because when you charge $10 for shipping, you get 3.3% less than you expect, because PayPal takes money away before it even gets to you. Then eBay is later going to bill you at the end of the month for something like 6.6% on the listing total. That's including the shipping. It's like double dipping. So now they're going to, let's say it's sold, you know, for $5 and $10 shipping, something crazy like that, and you are going to lose on the shipping first when the PayPal money comes. Then eBay's going to take some, so you're going to lose 10% of your shipping money. You're going to lose 10% off that total, whatever it is, for the thing. So think ahead on that. Try and get a feel for that and work out, is there enough of a profit margin? Are these selling high enough? Am I buying low enough? Is the item small enough? Is it light enough? So look for small, light, high value items that move well on Amazon and eBay that you are paying almost nothing for. Sounds easy, right? That's why everybody's doing it. Good luck out there, and good luck making some Christmas money on eBay, guys.